Hello nerders, Scott the Masked Nerder here, bringing you callouts for Siene Crossing. I hope I'm saying that right. I generally, if I don't know, try to look them up, but decided to wing it this time, living on the edge. Anyway, before we get started, I want to say thank you to Mukky Puppy. He's one of the guys who helped me put together these callouts. He actually went so far as making his own up. So if you want to do that from Random Nade, where you can look at his or make your own, the link's in the description. Thanks again. I do know that maps like this with a lot of buildings are not easy, but I think we have a pretty good thing going here, easy to remember and not too much going on. I do want to remind you all, if you're interested, I always put up these images on photobucket before I release the video. I generally leave them up for a couple days, maybe even a week, allowing you guys to give me feedback and help me edit them, so these callouts come out as good as they can be. These callouts really help me and my friends when we're playing. Hopefully, looking at them, taking a few of them, using some of our ideas, and then making some yourself, these really help you and your squad as well. Alright, but enough dilly-dally, we're going to go through the callouts. Remember, I don't name all of them, I just try to name the ones I think are confusing. I suggest you take a minute, pause the video, look over any of them you want that you're having trouble with. So, on Zone 1, Southern Streets, we have Team Deathmatch and Rush. So all you really need to use to take advantage of this map is know how to call a few certain areas. We know here attackers are on the left, defenders would be on the right, so we have streets based off where they're at, but we also have what we call interchange. If you look at number 7, right under the title of Zone 1, you see attacker interchange. These are just small little areas that sort of exchange from one road to another road. And you see number 8 above that, death trap. I always say if you can find a funny name for an area, it's going to stick so much better. So we could call that some kind of interchange. But Death Trap seems to work for me and my friends, and just because on Team Deathmatch and even Rush, people post up on the exits of that area, and it can be pretty hectic. So we continue over, we see we have Defender Interchange, Alpha Street, Bravo Street, we're moving down to the bottom around 15, Bravo Inner Street, and then we have hotels. Are they really hotels? Who knows what these buildings are? We call them hotels, so we have Courtyard Hotel. For short, you can call it Courtyard 1, Courtyard 2, etc. for all of the ones. That's just indicating what level of the hotel they're on. So now that we're done with that, we're going to flip to Zone 2, the river. And this is a pretty one. It's nice when you don't have much to call out. So this is only going to be available in Rush, and we're keeping it really simple here. And obviously you can read those all yourself. I do want you to remember that some of the Zone 1 callout can carry over in this area too. Like on the bottom center, that is still Defender Interchange, and the enemies can come out of there. So remembering the callouts for different zones will come in handy. Let's flip over to Zone 3, Northern Streets. And this is where it gets pretty hectic. Not only are there a lot of different buildings for them to go in, but there's also Squad Rush, Squad Deathmatch, Conquest, and Rush all in this area. That's when it gets pretty difficult. I'm going to try to walk you through just a few of the difficult ones. We're going to start from the bottom, move up to the left. So as we're moving up Store Alley towards Alpha Flag, we're going to come down on Long Street. Now if you see this street, we actually named Corner Street at another part of it. Same street, but just to indicate what part of the street they're at. And Zigzag is a stairway. It's a small stairwell leading up to Charlie Flag. That's just another one of those easy names that if you keep that in your head, it'll stick pretty easy. A lot better than calling it stairwell between Alpha and Charlie or something of that sort. So as we move up to Charlie Flag, you'll see you also do have a crate for Rush and the crate for Squad Rush. Around here we have a few different hotels. So Bus Hotel isn't really right near the bus, which is on Bus Street on the very top, but we call it Bus Hotel just because the closest is in that proximity. So we move down, you can also see Small Hotel, Street Hotel, and Bomb Hotel. Bomb Hotel does connect to J Hotel. J Hotel is indicating Jungle, which is number 13. All that is it's a stairwell with bushes all along both sides leading up to the Alpha crate. But again, easier we can make the names to remember, the better it will be for you and your squad. So moving down the right side, we know we have the Rubble Hotel over there. Rubble Alley is going to lead us into Zone 4, which we'll go to in just a minute. I just want to bring your attention to one more. That's number 5, the Arches. That is another interchange, but we found Arches is a better, shorter name, and it's just 2 big arches leading through there. You could go with an interchange name for that if you wanted to keep it consistent. Alright, hopefully that's not too hard. If you need to, just take a pause there, and we're going to move to Zone 4, Bank Plaza. This one's getting a little easier because all we have is one main building for things to happen, but we need to be able to have some callouts to signify when you're defending or when you're attacking which routes you want to be taking or which route the enemies are taking. So you see we have 3 main routes on the bottom, 2 on the left bushes, Main Street, and on the right is signs. There's really only like 1 or 2 signs there, some advertisement. Signs is a simple callout for that. We signify the 2 streets, then we move up towards the bank. Thing I want you to notice here is the green line going across. That is just the room divider where there's only a few different routes to come from. You can't really go through there if you're attacking. It's usually limited for the spawn. It's just something to know so you can note if they're coming out of their spawn stairs. I'm pointing out number 14, Lobby Nook. That's actually behind the counter. Sometimes we do call it behind the counter. Try to make a call that was a little more easy because there is another counter back in checkout that we could also call behind the counter. So it can be a little confusing. Come up with your own names there, but make sure you can call those places out because as you'll see in a video I'll have coming out hopefully sort of soon, that area can be a death trap. Alright everybody, that's it. I really do hope these callouts are helping you guys out as much as they help me and my friends out. Alright everyone, until next time, happy gaming.